Hello, I'm Nathan Judo. I'm here with Wolves reporter Tim Spiers. Tim, we're back at training. They've just finished the boys. Another scorcher, another beautiful bit of the world.
Gorgeous day.
Yeah.
Here in Montreux.
Montreux. As you thought it was Geneva we're going to today. It's Montreux. Montreux.
You haven't got a bloody clue where we're going. Lausanne, Geneva, Zurich.
As long as you just drive me there, I don't care. I'll just rock up and do my thing.
So here we are. Beautiful setting and a return to normal training today after yesterday's gym session / half a day off.
Yes, and some of them...
Not for us.
Absolutely not. Disappointing though, some of the boys, a little bit disappointed. The English lads coming here today.
Yeah, it's not coming home.
No, it's not.
Although I'll tell you what is coming home.
Go on.
The Uren Cup.
The Uren Cup is coming home. So yeah, go on.
Young boys tanked final 3-0 in a classic last night, which we attended. It was part of our job, obviously.
It was
we missed the England game in order to do some research on Saturday's opposition young boys, and they hammered final 3-0 in a game a game for the ages.
It was a stunner, absolute stunner. All goals in injury time.
So Saturday now is a head-to-head shootout. Whoever wins out of Wolves and Young Boys will take home the Uren Cup.
And I tell you what, you want to take home this cup.
It's coming home. It's coming.
Stop it.
Sorry.
The cup though.
Uren's coming home.
Finish now, or you want to? You said about 7 different tweets. People know what you're saying is funny, but it's we need to move on. I
mentioned it once, but anyway, carry on.
You have. The trophy's beautiful though.
Yep.
I've upset you, haven't I?
I thought we were moving on.
Okay. Rui Patricio.
Yes.
He's moving on from Sporting.
Yeah.
Due to be at Wolves at Molineux on Compton on Monday. 48 million quid apparently is going to cost. Sporting not too happy with the whole situation.
I'll tell you what, right, I got myself knee deep in a 63-page legal document.
And he read every single page.
Yesterday afternoon. Some crazy stuff written in there. It's I thought you'd written it for a minute. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And it's full of hype. You
must have proofed it then.
It's full of hyperbole, full of garbage. It's straight out of the Judas scrapbook. And have you read his fantasy piece today? It's actually very good, actually. I'm not sure what I'm saying there.
Thank you very much. That took me a lot of hours. That.
Yeah, Judas written a piece about Wolves' fantasy football prices for you to read today.
Which is the most important thing in the world, to be fair.
Absolutely.
But let's talk about Rui, because look, this is a marquee signing and someone who is hopefully going to be the number one for a long time to come at Molineux, and yet there's
John Rundy doesn't agree with that. I'll tell you now. But yeah.
But at the same time, is there any problems with the transfer? Is he a Wolves player?
Many. Sporting want Wolves banned for a year from signing any players.
So banned for a year.
They want Patricio to be banned for 6 months from playing football.
Right.
and they want 54 million euros.
Oh, okay.
48 million pounds, which would be a world record for a goalkeeper, of course. So Wolves are signing the best goalkeeper in the world according to his value. They've basically.
Who's put this together then? Where does it stand on?
Sporting's lawyers have put together this crazy document, because they want money from Wolves, and they're obviously aiming very high so that they can meet somewhere in the middle, and I'm sure that's how it's going to end up. But this has been submitted to FIFA, so it is serious, and they've made some very strong allegations against Wolves, against George Mendes, and against Patricio, and they say that Wolves lured Patricio to end his contract so that they could sign him on a free.
What about all the other kids who paid off their own contracts?
Well, the difference is that they haven't joined new clubs yet, so there's no question of compensation yet,
right,
from other clubs who sign these players.
Right.
So Wolves did put themselves out there by being the first to sign a player from these 9 or so that have left Sporting this summer following, if anyone doesn't know, hooligans attacked the training ground and whatever. So that was Patricio's cause for resigning his contract, and he's joined Wolves on a free, but Sporting wants some money, and they've a very detailed document with background suggesting that Edison's move to Man City last summer, the goalkeeper from Benfica, was about 35 million quid. They say Patricio should be worth more than that.
Why?
Because good question. Because he's older, more experienced. Obviously won the European Championships with Portugal, etc., etc. They say the value of his remaining contract to Sporting is worth 9 million euros, and the transfer should be worth 45 million euros. But Patricio was critical of Sporting's president and the language he used, so that they've kind of said, the language used is fine. Jose Mourinho's used similar language when slagging off Luke Shaw, and all this kind of stuff.
This is all in the documents.
It's a little bit crazy, and they're making themselves look completely unhinged. But there are some serious things here, because like I said, it is going to go to FIFA, and Wolves will end up having to pay some money. I'm absolutely sure of that. But they've certainly not agreed to at this point. They're waiting to see, I guess, what FIFA say.
But there was, there was talk of £18 million that Wolves were going to pay before, and then there was a free transfer. Are we going to meet somewhere in the middle? Are they just making it a crazy sum because they know that, once the two sides come to meet, they'd rather be, halfway between 48 million and zero than 18 million and zero?
I guess so. They've proved themselves to be a little bit loopy in the past few months, and Wolves may be regretting getting involved with them, I suppose, on this front, because this is going to run and run.
But they must have they must have foreseen this, the situation. No, they're taking a bit of a risk.
I doubt it. Well, for their part, having spoken to people at the club, one, they're not going to make any comment.
No.
B, they're not going to get embroiled in any war of words with these guys. And why would you? You know, I guess you're letting them hang themselves, really.
Yeah, for sure.
By making these stupid statements.
Yeah.
So it's.
I guess you're going to be welcome at the sporting ground anytime soon.
Good point. But there was another serious point here, is that this is a massive distraction for Wolves' marquee signing of the summer. You know, he's due back at Compton next week. He must be all over the place. His kind of frame of mind. You know, he's been at Sporting since he was 13.
Yeah.
It's not like he's leaving some club he's only been at for a year. You know, he loves this club. He gave a very detailed and emotional farewell statement, saying it's in his soul and what that and all that.
I'm a Wolf and all that kind of thing. Yeah.
Hasn't mentioned Wolves yet. I'm sure he will very soon. So yeah, it's all a bit messy, and I guess you'd be concerned for his mindset.
But at the same time, with the deals they've pulled off in the past, Wolves, you know, they're one for. They know what they're doing. They've got some very smart, intelligent people, haven't they, with loopholes, etc.
Yeah, you've got your hands down your shorts. I don't like it at all. What are they doing?
just relax.
Right. Okay.
We're only seeing top half.
What was the question? What was the question? That's better.
Oh goodness! I'm saying that they've got some very. The bloopers are coming out in a different thing.
Okay, right.
They've got some very intelligent staff and hierarchy that know every single loophole going, as we saw last season with players and loan deals, and you know, they would have thought they would have explored this and they would have been watertight on the situation.
They wouldn't have done it without being 100% confident of it being a legally sound transfer.
Yeah.
And that remains the case, and I gather they've got no problems with what they've done.
And like you said, the new boys back on Monday, we believe, at Compton.
Yes, they're all due in next week. Raul Jimenez, I think Ruben Vinagre is still away with Portugal, but Roman Sace will be back, and the two new signings. Yeah,
should be good. One person you spoke to yesterday who will be going mano a mano on for the goalkeeper's number one spot is Mr. John Ruddy. What does he have to say about the situation? Not the Patricio saga, but just about his spots.
Interviewed John Ruddy yesterday, and obviously he's going to be. He didn't say this, but he's going to be irked, isn't he, by the fact that Wolves have brought a keeper in who looks like he's going to be the new number one.
Yeah.
You know, John Ruddy signed for Wolves last summer because he turned down offers from the Premier League last summer because he didn't want to sit on the bench, and I guess the smart money is on him being on the bench this season. Where that leaves Will Norris, I don't know, because he's got to be playing games. So. The interviews come out this afternoon. He says it's not the end of him. You know, he's come out with some fighting talk. He said just because they've signed Patricio doesn't mean it's the end of me. He obviously wants to fight for his place and all the usual stuff.
Easy for you to say.
But he did say a couple of times, as long as Patricio's coming in with the same attitude and work rate and desire that he's got, then Wolves have made a good addition. So I guess reading between the lines, he's kind of saying, look,
he better be committed to the cause.
He's got to fight for his place, and that he's not just they've not just brought him in just to put him straight in the team. He's got to fight for his place. So it's it's an interesting interview, and I guess it's what you'd expect from him. But he did say he wasn't surprised that Wolves had signed a keeper. Whether that's the case or not, I don't know. But that's certainly what he says. He says he wasn't surprised Wolves signed a keeper, and he's up for the challenge.
But if they need, you've talked about needing two people for every position. Surely that's the second person. Is Rui Patricio, or was Will Norris number two at every position?
Well, we said on the video yesterday, you can't expect to be at what this club hopes to be, which is a mid-table Premier League club, and not have really strong competition in every position. And that means there's 40 number one goalkeepers in the Premier League these days. It's not like it used to be. And in some cases, clubs have got more than 2.
Yeah.
So he's got to expect that competition. You know, it'd be a shame for Ruddy if he's not in the team this year. Championship Keeper of the Year, kept a lot of clean sheets, did very well. I know fans got on his back a little bit towards the end of the season, but I find that ridiculous. His experience off the pitch has been invaluable.
Sure.
A really important presence in that dressing room, on and off the pitch. And Wolves will need to keep hold of him.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, stepping into big shoes as well last season as well. He did it admirably.
Oh, absolutely. No, he handled that whole thing extremely well. Yeah, with a lot of dignity and respect.
What's the what we're doing then? What's the latest? Where are we tomorrow?
We'll be back here tomorrow for more training ahead of the young boys game on Saturday, which is 3 o'clock, 2 p.m. British summer time. A couple of the bits. Joe Mason is back as well. You talk about players coming back next week. Joe Mason's back.
Joe Mason's back.
Loan striker. Loan at Colorado Rapids cancelled.
Cancelled
by them. So he's back at Wolverhampton, and Wolves will try and find him a new club now.
Permanent or loan, or a bit of both, either or.
Oh, well, I think they'd always prefer a permanent now for this group of players that they're trying to get rid of.
Are you surprised Miranda went on a loan, by the way, and not a permanent?
It's probably the what's going on?
It's all kicking off.
They finally found
come
us.
To take you away.
Like I said, permanent is always preferable, but I suspect that Olympiacos would have preferred a loan, and Wolves were just keen to get him out because the squad is big.
Yeah.
In terms of fringe players, there's a lot of players still to get out. You know, Dominic Orfer being one, Connor Ronan, they want to get out now still one day long. There's lots of work still to do.
But all permanents, or you think a couple they want to just have
they won't be able to get rid of all these players. Like I said, move on all these players permanently. Ethan Eubanks-Landell will be another one.
Yeah.
They'll be keen to get transfer fees for all these players, but it won't be possible. A lot will have to go out on loan.
Me and Tim will be here tomorrow, same time, same place. For all the latest Wolves news, make sure you log on to expressandstar.com.